Candice Bass-Robinson's is well represented in the World Sports Betting Fillies Guineas and also has a balance of lovely runners on the day. Candice, defining moment, you stepping her up and trip?
Yes, I think I think she should quite enjoy the 1800. She got the mile pretty well last time out, and on her pedigree she should probably get more ground. She's quite nicely weighted. She comes in with a fairly light weight there, and hard to say, just coming straight out of her maiden. She took quite some time to win her maiden, but she actually won her maiden pretty well. Hard call for me to decide, where I think she fits in with those fillies, but if you're doing exotics and things, I would include her.
Race 4, you've got Body Electric and Queen of Sparta.
Yeah, Body Electric trying a bit further this time. She was very outpaced over the 1,000 metres in a strong colts race last time, and she just didn't really show much. So I've got her over a little bit more ground today. She's doing nicely at home, and certainly on pedigree she should get the ground, although she does show a lot of pace, and I'm hoping for an improved run. But obviously the distance, that will be a question mark. Queen of Sparta, she hasn't done much wrong up until now. Unfortunately for her, she's had a bit of a dirty track wash a little while back, so she's been on antibiotics and things, so it's not been the most ideal prep going into this race, but she's well at the moment. I mean, she's jumping around and bouncing around. I just hope that she's had enough work-wise. If she has and everything's good, then she'll have a good chance.
Arctic Drift, he goes the trip has once before and earlier on in his career, interesting enough.
Yeah, and then we kind of decided he didn't stay, and we brought him back to all the shorter trips, which he performed pretty well over. But now as an older horse, I think he's certainly bred to go this trip. So we thought we'd have another bash at it. I took him up to PE in the Algoa Cup. He ran a good race, and he certainly did stay the ground there. Obviously quite a bit further this time. So yes, distance-wise is a little question mark, but as I say, on pedigree he should stay. And I don't think the stayers around at the moment are the strongest, and we thought we'd have a bash at the stayers races this season. The 1400s and that are getting a little bit on the short side for him, so a little bit of an unknown, but he's fitting well, and hopefully he runs a good race.
In the sprint you've got Going Up and Santa Maria?
Yeah, both fillies are doing well at the moment. I think Going Up, I've got in a better pace mentally this time round than what she was last time. Also, she hit the front a little bit early last time, and then she starts looking around. So I think we'll ride her a little bit more patiently this time, and I think the 1,000 metres will allow us to do that with her. She's well. I think she'll run a good race on Saturday. Santa Maria also doing very well at the moment. 1,000 could be a tiny bit on the sharp side for her. I think 1,200 is probably her best trip, but she's doing well, and she certainly must be included.
Fire Alley and Trip to Fortune take on the 1600?
Yeah, both of them are really stepping up to the big league on Saturday. Fire Alley, great prep run back against Captain's Ransom last time. Fortunately, he had to meet her, but other than that, he ran a fantastic race. He's taken that run well. He's doing well at home. Might be a little bit on the strong side for him, but he certainly will run a good race. And Trip of Fortune stepping up to the mile this time. Mile's always just a little touch on the far side for him, but he's in good shape at home. He's been running very much to form lately. I think there was a good run effort from him over the sprint last time. He was only just a length or so off Comedy Ding. So yeah, little bit of a tough ask for him, but he's doing well, and he won't be too far off them.
Candice, I mentioned you're well represented in the World Sports Betting Fillies Guineas with your 5 runners. How will they go?
Yeah, I've got a whole bunch in there. Look, I think out of my 5, obviously Golden Hostess I think would be the pick of my runners. She was unlucky last time not to get closer than what she did. She had traffic problems. Unfortunately for her, she just never gets a draw. And again, we're sitting with a wide draw, so I've got to hope that there's a bit of pace on. She's a filly that likes to come from off the pace, and she quickens up very well. We've opted to put a small pair of blinkers on her at home. She's I worked her with them on Tuesday, and she really put up some good work at home. So I know it's not always an ideal thing to be doing, putting on a blinkers in a Group 1 first time out, but it seems to be working for her. So she's in good shape, and I think if she's not too far back and she doesn't have any traffic problems, I think she's a big runner. Gimmy's Lassie also gave a good account of herself last time. In a slow run race she ended up 3rd. She's a nice filly, obviously stepping up to the mile for the first time. I think she should get the trip okay, but also doing well, and I think she'll also be right there. Then I've got Echo of Life and Fun Zone, 2 fillies that are nice fillies, probably just off those top fillies, so obviously just hoping for some smaller black type if possible, but both of them are fitting well. What else have I got? And then I've got Who Do You Love? Little disappointing her last 2 runs, also from bad draws. This time around she's got a much better draw. Always a question mark for me as to whether she actually sprints or if she goes a trip, so I think we'll find that out on Saturday, and I think ridden a little bit more patiently this time, which is what we're going to do with her. Hopefully we'll see a better effort from her.
Candice, in the last race, you've got the 3 runners, Perella, Philosophize and Venus de Mello.
Yes, 3 fillies that are pretty consistent. Perella last time from a bad draw, having to chase around the field. I think you can put a line through that run. She'll be better off over the 14, and this time around, hopefully given a slightly more of a chance. She's quite consistent, and I think she'll run a fair race. Venus de Milo, obviously first run out the maidens. She's a filly that's improving all the time, and I think she'll run a good race out the maidens this time. Obviously, you're never quite sure where you fit in, but she's doing well, and I think she's come on from her maiden win, so I'm expecting a good run from her. Philosophize. Second time now that she's going over a bit of ground. We put her over ground the last time out, and she actually ran a much better race. She wasn't too far off them, so hoping for a same sort of effort from her this time round. Pick of my 3, probably Venus de Milo, but as I say, all fillies are doing well.
Thank you, Candice. All the best for Saturday. Lots to look forward to from the Bass Robinson yard come Saturday.